Let me see if everything is working. Everybody's in. Right. So social media for e-commerce. We'll be talking about the basics today. I won't be able to turn you into the kings and queens of social media in one webinar. We'll do another and another, probably on, is this not a bit too loud? Wait, let me just put that down a bit. There, better? Right. Okay, so welcome. We're going to cover the basics of how to start your social media strategy for your e-commerce. But first, of course, I would like you to present your company. If it will work, there you go. Actinic. So we are the #1 e-commerce solution in Europe that works in SaaS. So that's cloud-based. It has always been our vision to help SMEs to take full advantage of the tremendous potential of e-commerce. So to give you an idea, it grows 10 times faster than traditional commerce, and that's quite impressive. So our goal is also to put SMEs at the same level at the greatest actors of e-commerce, such as Amazon or ASOS. For us, that is really, really important. So we work towards that every day. This webinar is part of that. Our solution, our e-commerce solution, has been adopted by more than 10,000 SMEs throughout Europe, and it has also become an exclusive solution for e-commerce leaders and business services such as Sage, and of course, we're very proud of that, Google. Actinic is the only e-commerce solution in Europe that was certified Google Premier Partner for its expertise in guiding e-merchants to drive targeted traffic to their website and grow their revenue through Google AdWords. So choosing Actinic means choosing innovation. We're constantly on top of the latest changes in technology, and we update your shop regularly, making sure your shop is performing at its best. So if something changes, we'll make sure that it will be changed before you even notice it. We aim for efficiency. All our features and the very structure of our e-commerce is based on this principle. So when we think a new feature might grow your turnover, we develop it and add it to the 400 already existing free features available. So in this way, you can focus on your sales. Some figures, as I said, we have largely over 10,000 SMEs who trust us today in over 20 different competitive industries. They have generated more than $500 million in turnover in 2015, and I'm very curious to see the numbers for 2016, of course. And the Actinic websites perform on average between 10,000 and 12 million in turnover a year. So they also have an average growth of 22%, which is quite remarkable. So this is why every month 350 new SMBs join us. So of course, that doesn't go all by itself. We work with more than 110, I would say 130 talented people working towards your online success. It is a large melting pot with at least 12 different nationalities spread across 4 European countries, England or the UK, France, Spain, and of course Italy. These people are dynamic and passionate about e-commerce just as much as you are, so our goal is to help you increase your turnover. That's the most important part of everything. So we also work with 450 certified partners or resellers that help you benefit of Actinic. And here we go. I'll explain to you a little bit how Actinic has become #1 in SaaS. Of course, because we work with SaaS. SaaS is incredibly fast. It's adopted by the biggest businesses. It makes sure that we can have all these features and that we can give them all to you. You don't have to upload anything. You don't have to download everything. You don't have to, basically, you don't have to be afraid. You can look at your shop from your mobile or from your tablet. You can log into your back office from any place in the world. You will always be at the forefront of innovation with a new feature available every week without any installations or modules necessary. SaaS is also more and more adopted as opposed to open source. as open source tends to be more complex, less adaptive, and in the end, more costly. SaaS evolves 3 times faster than open source does. It's a technology for the greater companies like Salesforce or Google or Facebook or basically all the social media platforms that we'll be talking about today. So talking about our 400 features, I'm not sure if you scrolled through your back office or if you already have an e-commerce, but there are so many out there. I'm pretty sure you haven't seen them all yet. One of the latest features is our recovery tool, abandoned shopping cart recovery tool, which has had tremendous success throughout Europe. So maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later. In any case, you have everything you need to drive targeted traffic, to convert your visitors into customers, to build loyalty, and to increase your sales. What is also important is that you benefit from an exceptional quality and expert e-commerce design. Actinic sites have become a reference when it comes to e-commerce best practices. They are beautiful, of course, but also very diverse and very efficient. They are built a certain way to optimize that buying journey for your customers. The conversion rates are about 30% higher than the market average and 66% more profitable than the market average. So that's nice. You also have everything you need to generate visibility on your website. With Actinic, you get to optimize your site for Google search engines in particular. Last year, also our SEO teams generated 40 million visits across all Actinic websites, including 850,000 results on the first page of Google search engine. So that's incredible. Of course, we offer tailored expert support, which is available 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. to answer your questions. Most of the time, within 30 minutes, you'll have an answer to your question. So, you can work on your business and we'll take care of the rest. These are just some of our examples, some of our customers that I would like to point out. We'll be talking a little bit about Commensal today because they've had really good success on Facebook with Facebook ads. You can also see, let me see if we have the Nouvella Wool Shop that increased their turnover by 40% after we had put up their beautiful website. I really like that one. So it's a diverse clientele. We work with so many different companies. Some people make their own websites. Ryobi Direct, they used the template and they completely changed it, and it has become a very, very successful website today. So everything is possible. So social media, of course, social media. It's all about starting conversation. Showing your customers that you care, that you're interested in their story, and that you're there to listen to them. It's make sure you follow the news, and people will follow your real news. Make sure you keep it real. We'll be talking about how to engage your community and how to keep that conversation going. So there's no doubt about it. If you want to be part of today's successful businesses, you must be present on the net, and most of all on social media. It's very important. Everybody's connected. We're all part of this. Well, it has changed a lot ever since the internet has come into our lives. And make sure you connect to your customers. So 1 in 3 adults go on Twitter to read the news. We communicate with friends and family on Facebook and instantly share our views on Snapchat and Instagram. I won't be able to go over all the social media, by the way, because that would take hours. But be aware that social media is subject to constant change. We have to stay on top of new rules, new interfaces, new social media platforms, and new features if we want to keep up with this. It's very important. We as entrepreneurs, we want our products to be liked and seen. A television ad alone doesn't do it anymore. We have to be present. We have to be present in our audience's mind whenever they connect. People do not really know that they are watching an advertisement on the net. So take stock of that, use that. Make sure that when you place an advertisement. It doesn't look like an advertisement. It has to be, being present without being seen as a nuisance. It's a delicate process. Social media has also increased the complexity of the process of connecting, standing out on social media and getting your content seen and shared. It's difficult. It takes effort. It takes some time. But, with some few key best practices, you can do this too. So making sure, so social media is working to create for you an optimized buying journey. I'm not sure if you've seen it. Instagram has recently added a buy button on the images, making sure that everything is integrated. People are, or some commerces are testing it at the moment. Twitter is making sure you can buy directly. Some of these social media have integrated payment methods, and of course they are all on mobile. We know that 50%. Some of our e-commerce websites, they take almost 50% of their orders on mobile devices. So make sure that you choose that your website is fully functional on mobile as well. And of course, make sure you create the best social ads. If you are going to pay for a Facebook ad, make sure it's great, it stands out, it's awesome, it's brilliant, and make sure that it converts. So each social network is unique, and your content should be just as unique, but also be part of that uniqueness. Twitter messages are restricted to 140 characters or less, but your Facebook audience may expect a bit more. So you can post your blog or parts of your blog on that. Also, very important, start with setting goals. Make sure that if I want this many likes, if I want this many followers on Twitter, on Facebook, set that and work towards that. Appoint a person to take care of that. That would be the best thing to do. Do not hesitate to follow your competitors. Find them, follow them, make sure that whatever they are doing that's working, that you do the same thing in a different way, in a better way, but be present. Of course, put your products and services forward, but not only show that you have a beautiful water bottle. What can you do with the water bottle? What can you, how can this improve the lives of the people that want to buy your product? So it will automatically increase your traffic towards your website. Images and links, they create a higher SEO. And of course, when you're advertising, as I said, do not advertise. Also, test. Switch your content. Make sure that you're not only posting every day the same thing. People get bored really easy. So when sharing the same content through multiple networks, make sure it's optimized for every network and make sure you change the content. One day you have a gift, the other day you have a video, or you have a poll. Also, do not post too many updates at once. Make sure that every message that you send counts. One message a day or two is enough. You don't need 10 tweets to get your message across. You're not doing the right thing. Keep your social media to a schedule. A management tool will allow you to schedule messages in advance, so you're not, if you forget something, well, at least you make sure that your post is there and people can click and people can like and people can share your blog post while you're doing something else. And of course, always end your post with a call to action. Buy this, read on, continue here, always. So target your audience and also show what you want to do, or at least put it on paper. What am I going to do with my Facebook page? Is my Facebook page just a window shop? Is it just going to be my catalog? Or do I want my Facebook page to serve as a customer care unit? Do I want to have conversations with people? Do I want to do I want people to be able to ask questions, to post? You can block instant comments, or you can allow them. Make sure that you know what you're doing, that you know what you want with your social media platform. Of course, one of the most wanted goals is brand awareness. You want everybody to know your brand and to love it and to like it and to share it. For this, of course, you need to come up with great killer content. You have to come up with something that's funny, or that that will be shared because the content of the video is funny. And the fact that there is a little advertisement at the end, nobody really cares about that or minds that. And in the same time, people will talk about your brand. Customer loyalty. As I said, people do not always know that it is a form of advertisement, and they will be talking about you. They will choose to check out your shoes first before they look somewhere else. And if your product is just as good as your social media content, then word of mouth is going to be very easy for you. Keep best practices in mind. As I said, it's always good to have someone to focus on your social media. So basically what I said, listen, check out the competition, the web and social, but also to neighbors, to your friends. Make sure, ask them, because it changes so fast. Nobody has the Bible of social media. It doesn't exist, so it changes constantly. So make sure that you're always aware of what's going on, what works, what doesn't work. Be networking, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Reddit. There are so many different platforms. Make sure you pick the platforms that you like, that you think your customers like as well. Are you a B2C company or a B2B company? They have maybe a different approach. For both, social media is very, very important. Create the content, your videos, your infographics, your blogs, post questions, crazy questions, and make sure that the conversation gets started. Listen even more. Create a reply policy. It's a good idea to have a document with some standard replies, just in case somebody has a question about your opening hours. Be able to quickly copy and paste. I know that you are busy entrepreneurs. You can't always be on top of your social media. So make sure you're faster, and you're fast in reacting, because if you don't react, these customers will go to someone else who does react. So you have to make sure that you're on top without being on top. Measure is very important. Of course, regular posting is good, but as I said, you don't have to tweet 10 times a day on different topics or on the same topic. It's not necessary. So social media as a lever for growth. It's the networking tool, of course, and it's an essential part of our marketing strategy. Getting started, of course, is easy. You create your, let me see if I can put this down a little bit. You create your profile. Make sure that you put in your profile links towards your e-commerce. Make sure that you put your address, your opening hours, and this way you avoid having that question as well. How to contact you, and something before I forget, you can also post little posts about your colleagues, your team, what you are doing. Did you bought a new car for the company? Everything that keeps the community engaged. So make sure that you are the friendly face of your product, of course. So as a lever of growth, Commensal, as I said, we'll be talking a little bit about that because they started their Facebook advertisements not long ago. They wanted to of course, have a larger and higher brand awareness. They, of course, they wanted more income, and brand awareness also is connected to having fans. They went from 7,000 fans to 100,000 fans in 2 years. What did they do? They published photos, videos. They also made sure that every time a sportsman or a woman was happy about their product it was on social media, and it wasn't only on Facebook, it was on Vimeo, it was on Instagram, on Twitter, everywhere. They did select their 4 platforms. They only used the media that mattered to them. They are constantly visible. Commensal it's a great example of e-commerce success. They started as a small company and now they're operating in 7 different countries. And of course, we are very proud of that. They have a beautiful social wall. It just makes me want to grab a bike and want to know more about their product. So make sure you are aware of the features of each platform. I think in a different webinar we'll go a little bit deeper into the subject of each platform because there's so many things that we can talk about. As I said, Instagram has recently changed its layout a little bit. Now when you see some pictures, some companies have started, you can actually see how much these shoes cost or the name of that beautiful pink purse. It's for me, I think it's a great feature. Of course, when you want to work with Instagram and you want to, this will become mainstream in a while. If you want to do that, make sure your Instagram images are beautiful. Instagram started as a sharing platform for people that took beautiful pictures and wanted to share it with the world. Now it has become also a channel for sales, but it still has that same that same need of having beautiful pictures, beautiful images. Make sure that the light's good. If the image is not pleasing for the eye, it will not be shared. People won't say, oh wow, I really like this. I would like to have this pink pastel decoration in my house. And oh yes, there is a bag. So make sure that you know what features you can add, a call now feature, or for example, an instant buying button. Hashtags. I'm not sure what they were for before, but hashtags now are the icon of social media, and they're far more useful. Hashtag, we place it in front of a word to make sure that all the content that people are looking for a certain word will be directed to that word. So for example, if I want e-commerce, I want people who are interested in e-commerce to read my blog on Twitter, I would place a hashtag before e-commerce. Or I can search for something with a hashtag, making sure that hashtag pink bottle, water bottle, which is just in front of me, of course. If I hashtag my pink water bottle, I'll be sure to find it really, really quickly. So a hashtag is very important. You can put your hashtags also in Facebook posts. This will create a little network, making sure that everything covers. So you find content, and basically Twitter is ideal for SMBs. 26% of Twitter users have discovered a new small or medium business. 94% plan to purchase from the SMB they follow, and 69% have already purchased from an SMB. So it is very important to have a Twitter page. Twitter is also, for a lot of people, a way to find news articles. Oh, I have a problem with my audio. Oh, well, let's hope that you guys can still hear me. Sorry, what was I saying? So people also try to find their news feed from Twitter. So make sure that if you have an interesting blog post, make sure it's on Twitter. If you have interesting news and interesting best practices to share it on Twitter. Also, Twitter is becoming more and more important for customer service. Okay, Twitter users sent more than 100,000 questions, complaints, and comments every month. So make sure that you, of course, with Twitter also respond really, really quickly. As I said, you need to set benchmarks for what success you want, your target, set your goals. It's really important. In this way, you're working towards a goal. It's, of course, a basic marketing strategy, but it can include the amount of traffic you want, the number of fans, the ratio of visitors to conversions, number and type of posts, audience growth, engagement, and, of course, return on investment. Make sure that you understand what your customer wants from you. You have to know what your prospect and customers need before you start posting content. If it's, of course, for commensal, they want to see beautiful images of how beautiful and how well their bikes are working. And maybe I want to see how you take that car apart. Or maybe customer reviews are a big part of social media. So make sure that if you have a great customer review, post it and let people comment on it. Of course, moderate. You can moderate, of course. Use your analytics, use your metrics to make sure that Facebook has a beautiful metrics page that you can use. Make sure you test, go back, review performance, and see what was working. And of course, be sharing. Don't be selling. You're not selling anything on Facebook. With your Actinic Facebook store, your entire catalog will be posted on Facebook. What happens is people click on it and they will be directly redirected to your e-commerce site. So this creates higher SEO because there's more traffic going through the internet towards your site. But make sure that when you're talking about your product, of course, you can create a link towards the product, but make sure that you're engaging something of interest, that you're making sure that people are like, oh yeah, that's really interesting. I didn't know that before. Images, of course, you can sometimes have an image that doesn't really work or that's not really pretty on your Facebook page or Twitter, but make sure most of the time, just for Instagram is the same, make sure it's high quality. Join a group that has the same interest as your Facebook page or your e-commerce. Hashtag, of course, connect your blog, keep your messages short, ask questions, and when you are asking questions, make sure that you answer them. Integrate your content, so make sure that your blog content is on your Facebook page, that your Facebook post is on Twitter. Make sure that you Snapchat something, that it's directly linked to your Facebook page. Basically, Facebook is still the largest, so make sure that that's the one that you want to start. Post videos. You don't have to shoot your own videos, not directly. If you can, it would be great. But add a little bit of humor. People love funny videos. I mean, we're all sharing and showing it to our colleagues. Or, tear jerkers. Why not? And of course, paid advertising. As I said before, if you want to start with paid advertisement, make sure it's beautiful, it's short, and it doesn't look like it's publicity. Make sure it's advice, a tip. So if you do have the budget and you want to really explode everything on Facebook or on Twitter or any of them. Take it to the next level with Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, promoted tweets that link back to a product page, and make sure it converts. As long as your goal is set, your audience is targeted, these paid options will help you dramatically boost website traffic in any way. Just to show you a little bit, Facebook, of course, as the overall winner. The best return on investment comes from Facebook. Afterwards, it's Twitter. So make sure that if you're going to be advertising, I think LinkedIn is starting, and LinkedIn has some features for us for 2017, but I'm not really sure, so I won't be going into that for the moment. As a lever of growth, high mobility gear, who has already a very high conversion rate, wanted to increase their brand awareness and traffic to their site. So they started with the 6-month Facebook ads, and they targeted, of course, mountain hikers or well, you can see the image. The goal was met, of course. They paid 60 cents per fan. In 3 weeks, they gained 450 new fans. Today, it's about 800, and all their ads were seen about 40,000 times. So people are more aware of high mobility gear. Oh, let me see if this works. There you go. I have a mouse, a rogue mouse. Okay, so sales pitches on social media are a great way to turn away customers. It's not going to work. So provide useful, share-worthy content that add value. Make sure that if you can, if it's possible, to go local, because this is where your customers are. One of our customer, Le Bon Zest, who started with us not so long ago, they started with their Facebook ads, and they are still local. They sell their fruits and vegetables locally, and it has been a great success for them. So if you look at Commensal's Facebook page, I love this picture. It's really active. You can see that when you have a good product and when you have a good image, you should post it. You should be there, and make sure people can comment. Get this conversation started. People will, they are the ambassadors for your product. I've lost my mouse. How sad. Right. So B2B, many people think that B2B, they don't have to have a Facebook page because, you know, everything is old school and we do it all with phone. This is not true. The B2B market is highly interested in e-commerce, and we know this because that's our job to know this. Also, for B2B companies, they have to be visible and make sure that their customers or prospects can find them. And why not do it the other way around? Why the B2B company can also look for its customers. If I have a meeting with a prospect, I check them out on Facebook, on Google, on Twitter. I make sure that I know what they want. In this way, I can really answer to their needs. So that's the internal search engines are a great way to find out more about your customers, and note it down, put it in your CRM. Make sure that you already have this customer file even before meeting it. For B2B, it's also very important to create their own content, product video reviews, images. Start the conversation and show, of course, your expertise. The B2B market is an expert in whatever you're selling, so make sure that you show that with expert tips. Make sure you're there. For the B2B market, up to 50% of your gains will be directly linked to your online social media presence, so advertise, really. Everybody's here. So see what works, try out, test, help each other out. Here you can see one company, I can't see the name of the company. They're posting something about a different company. They got a charity raffle. They got some beautiful products to sell. This is great. This is great news to post. Is people like this. People it's if you create a sense of empathy, if you connect, people like it. People will read it. People will think better of your product and your company. And also be real. Pyramid Screen Products had a new car, or they have put their phone number on it, and what a nice way to display your contact info just by putting up an image with everything on it. Beautiful website, by the way, Pyramid Screen Products. I would definitely check them out. So part of the testing, of course, is what does work. Beautiful image with your markdowns on it, the buy buttons, of course, making sure that people can leave comments, making sure that people can share. Mom, I want this beautiful steam pot for Christmas. Share it. Create Christmas lists. Why not? Have a wish list. People can add things. Why not? Stay close. Be connected with your customers. What doesn't work are unrealistic images, things that have nothing to do with your business. And mostly, if it looks like an advertisement, if it has a hint of advertisement's not going to work. You can talk about your product. You can say that your product is the best, but real advertisement, it's not what it is about. So keep in mind, new features emerge. So make sure you have one person at least that is on top of everything, reading blogs, reading Twitter, getting to know how it works, and stay on top of the latest trends. Respect the rules. Of course, that doesn't mean that you cannot try something new. Of course, please do, but stay within your product range. Stay within the interest of your target audience. Every platform has its own function, its own audience, so make sure you target them in a different way. And of course, identify the best moments to publish. We haven't said this, we haven't talked about this yet, but when do you pick up your phone and click on your Facebook page? It is probably around 10:30 when you have your coffee break, or at 12 when you are getting ready to go for lunch. Make sure you identify the moments that your customers are on their social platforms. In this way, it will be fed to their walls. And of course, most importantly, monitor, test, monitor, and test, and do what works. So I hope you enjoyed this webinar that we prepared for you. What's coming up is not a different webinar, it's a different webinar format. We're working on it, we're just talking about it. This was the last webinar of 2016. So in the next year, we'll be working with a different format. I'm not going to give you any details on that. I do hope for you that you are very successful on social media, that you will convert, and that you will be liked and shared by many of them. I wish you a very successful 2017, and we will see each other in January for a new webinar in a different format. Bye.